Hi FlossTube, it's Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher. Today is Thursday, April 13th, and I'm here to do my mid-April update. Firstly, I'll start with Q&As. I want to send a big thank you to Stitch Stash, who noticed that my knitting was inside out last time. So if you remember, I was knitting at my sock, and she noticed that I was actually knitting inside out. So what I've actually been doing is, where it says purl, I've been knitting, and where it says knit, I've been purling. And I didn't know that I was doing that, but Tina confirmed it, Tina from Simply in Stitches, and she told me to turn it inside out and I should be fine. So I did, and I've started on the heel flap, and that's it there. I've only done the first 4 rows of the heel. I don't know, that looks really messy to me. I don't know if that's right or not. I don't know, but yeah. So I basically finished the leg and then I turned it inside out, and I don't know, I don't think knitting's for me. I don't know, we'll see. At the moment I'm just feeling like it's not for me. But other questions I had, Sherry Kiva asked, how long have I been cross-stitching? I've been cross-stitching for at least 20 years. I'm not exactly sure how long, but yeah, I know I started sometime in my late teens or early 20s. I'm 41 now. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure when it was, but yeah, about that. Do you have your whips and stash organised in any certain way so that it is easy for you to find? And do you have a craft room? I have a semi-craft room. Yes, it contains all my craft in there. And then I organise my stash in a cube system from IKEA. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. But I'll try and insert a video here of my, my organisation system. Hello again, and welcome to my craft room. So this is where I store the majority of my things. It's the IKEA cube system. I think it's the Calyx. I'm not 100% sure about that. That half is basically paper craft things, and my daughter's paints up there. So it's just odds and ends. I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so I've still got a lot of things from that. Sorry if the camera's shaking. I'm holding this by my hands. So. And then this half is cross-stitched, except for that bottom corner there. So let's move in a bit closer. So there are my needle minders, and that's where I keep all my threads. Now this will eventually hold the whole set of DMC, and then they're the duplicates of DMCs that I have. I originally had them all in separate boxes, but then I managed to get one of these doubles, which aren't very easy to come by in Australia, but I managed to find one, and I'm going to have the whole set eventually in there. I haven't bobbinated the ones I bought recently yet. This box up here is my chatelaine box that holds the contents of my chatelaine, which is Alpine Seasons Garden, which I haven't touched since I think December, so I need to get back to that. This compartment is basically where I keep my charts, so that's got charts in it. These two have charts in them, and that little box there has a few charts in it as well. These are my magazines and books, and they're my beads. That's just some knits that I need to sort through, so don't worry about that. This is my fabric collection. You can see there. Now these are also from IKEA, these boxes, the baskets, and they hold a lot more than you would think just by looking at them, so they're really handy. And then on the bottom I have another one, and I keep all my Mill Hill kits in there, and it's nowhere near full. Now this actual system, I don't know if I can zoom out of this a little bit. I actually bought this from eBay. It was a second-hand one, and it came with these 4 doors. So in the first drawer is where I keep all my whips. That's all the whips in there, and the ones that don't fit in there I keep in there. And then this second cupboard type thing, I keep all my kitted up projects, so they're all in there. And then the rest of the room, I have a glider chair, which I used to use when I was feeding my daughter. It was originally a nursing chair. It's very, very comfortable. So I keep it in here. When no one's home, I come in here and stitch, but usually I stitch in the lounge room. I have this table. This belonged to my husband's grandmother, who passed away about 8 years ago, and she left this to us. I love old furniture, so I love this desk. It's beautiful. I've got a few bits and pieces in the drawer. I managed to find a sewing machine at a really good price. I've currently learnt how to thread it, and that's about all. So I've got a few things to learn. I just have some odds and ends in those drawers there. That's a bin up the top, the canvas bin, which is good. It actually squashes down to flat. It's good for travelling. And then that bag's just got bits and pieces in it. And then I'll just whiz you around to that. Just has bits and pieces in it as well. That's mainly paper craft things. That is Elegant Lady by Janelin, which I completed many, many years ago and framed myself. And then this is a cart that also has paper craft things. But I've also just managed to find a shelving unit, which I still have to put together. I bought it yesterday, and I'm going to put that together. And it's a similar cube system to this one, but it only has 9 squares and it's very small compared to this one, so the compartments are much smaller, but hopefully it will help a little bit with the clutter. So that's my craft room. So I'll put you back to the original video. Thank you. Bye. Okay, and Debbie Duarte, I'm sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Debbie. You asked, how much space did you leave between the Amsterdam and Copenhagen and down? So she's referring to the Travel Through Europe SAL, which is the free DMC SAL, or DMC Portugal is putting that on. And okay, when it's finished, it will look like this. So she's asking, how much room did I leave between Amsterdam and Copenhagen? So I have left 8 stitches in between, and the way I work that out is, okay, so the first one is Amsterdam, and you see this pink line there, and then you've got, I can show you these because they're free, they're available on the web, so anyone's got access to these. You've got the purple line there and the purple line there. That's the same line. So basically, if you leave if you count the number of stitches there to the number of stitches there, that's how many you need to leave in between. And then to go down, if you see under Amsterdam, you've got a couple of stitches there. I'm assuming that they're the first couple of stitches of the next row, which will be London. So that's how many you need to leave in between there. That's what, 3 stitches under the banner. So that's it there. And these tell you the block numbers. So that's block 4, which will be London, and that's there. So I hope that helped, Debbie. If not, please ask me again. That was it for the Q&As this month. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions if you have any. Now, update. I had a finish, and it's The Way to Happiness. And here's where it was the last time you saw it. And here it is now. It's finished. I was so happy to get that finished. I know it's not centered. I thought I might be able to use this for another small piece. I'll see. I've yet to find any sort of framing or finishing for it. I only finished it 2 days ago, I think. Might have been yesterday even, I'm not sure, but yeah, I just really enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of fun to stitch. So that's it there. Yeah, highly recommend that for a fun quick stitch. So that's that. And then I had a couple of FFOs, and that was my free chatelaine Easter egg, which I've framed. This is just a basic frame. Again, I got it from Kmart. It was about $5 or something. It's a rough kind of finish. It reminds me of a stone kind of finish, but yeah, it's quite nice. I like it for Easter. And then I finished my free Brooks Books Easter house. So that's it there. And then I had a new start because we went away for a couple of days. My brother moved down to the country, or out to the country of New South Wales, and we went to visit him, and I thought I just need something small to do in the car, and I started this one, the Spring Bouquet Collection Tulip Egg. This is all beaded, so it's 100% beads. And I thought that this would be good to do in the car because it's like a 3-hour drive or something. Well, my husband drove, and I thought I could do this in the car. As it turns out, beading in the car is probably not the best idea. But I tried and it didn't really work. So I didn't get much done while we were away. That was last weekend. I think I started this on Friday. But past halfway already, and because I've been working on it all this week as well. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish it by Sunday, but we will see. But really enjoying that, and I'm really liking the way it's turning out too. So if I finish it by Sunday, I'll be able to display this as well with the other two that I FFO'd. So that's that one. And then for my whips, I did a little bit on travel through Europe. So here's where it was the last time you saw it. And that's it there. So I started on the Moscow panel, which I'm thinking of changing to St. Petersburg. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling doing this. Last month I actually noticed I had quite a few mistakes in this. That building there is actually supposed to come to the edge of this, so I've missed, I think there were 2 blocks there and I've only left 1. And also this is too high, but I didn't think it mattered, so I left it. But also all the windows are backstitched, and like previously known as Miss Lily, but now she's Lily with 42 stitches. Hi Lily. She also mentioned that these buildings are quite tedious. Yeah, blocks of buildings were not fun to stitch with square windows or rectangular windows. They're not much fun. So I'm happy to be done with that. But I think I got a bit burnt out last month because I wanted to finish Amsterdam and then finish Copenhagen, which I did, but then I just didn't want to see it again. So I tried to start on Moscow's block, but I really wasn't feeling it, so I didn't get much done there. That's that one. And then I worked a little bit on Juliet. So here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So last time you saw it, I had finished up to page 2, which is probably about up there, or there. And I've since done 2 columns and that little bit down there. So that's really exciting because I can actually see here the column. I'll put the photo in again and you can see where the column of flowers starts. So I'll put that in now. So yeah, that's starting to show up there. So I was really excited about that. So still really enjoying this one. And that will make an appearance in my SAL that I'm starting on Saturday, which I'll talk a bit more about later. And then there was Happily Ever After by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. So this is the mystery SAL. Here's where it was the last time you saw it. And here it is now. So I have done the April block, which is Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. I haven't read that book, but I understand that the hero of the book is actually against travelling in hot air balloons. He thinks it's too dangerous, but in the movie he does travel with a hot air balloon, so that's more like the movie than the book, which I'm okay with. I don't know what other people feel about that. I haven't really paid much attention, but yeah, I'm still enjoying this one. That block went really quickly. I think I did that the day it came out. It was so quick. And I think May's going to be here, which is the other side, and I think that will be an equally quick block. Now they've said it's someone who steals using a bow and arrow, I think, something like that. So I'm thinking it might be either Robin Hood or... Did William Tell steal with a bow and arrow? Steal as well? I know he used a bow and arrow, but anyway. So it's one of those two, I think. And then the last one I worked on is Story Keeps Some Enchanted Evening, which will look like this when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I had a page finish on this one. I finished page 2, so now it's not so disjointed in the middle. So yeah, all I've got to do is this. Now this first column has reached the bottom. It's not all done, but it's reached the bottom. So that's actually the bottom of the piece then. That's how long it is. It's not very long at all. That's the width of it, so it's not going to get any longer. So all I need to do is finish that column and then the rest of this, which is exactly half a page. And I really want to finish that by next month. So fingers crossed that happens. I'm really excited to have my first Haid finish. It'll be awesome. So that's that. I did have a little bit of a haul and I've forgotten to get something, so I'll just go and get it. Okay, I splurged a little bit on needle minders from Needle Minder Obsession, and I got these. So I've got Doc Martin. That's my guilty pleasure. I've always liked Doc Martin. Titanic's one of my favourite movies. Gilmore Girls, because I love Gilmore Girls, who doesn't? And Heidi. You've probably heard me speaking of Heidi before. I've named my daughter after the book. I love this story, so I thought, what better book to get than that. So these are custom made. Christine will do them for books or movies or TV shows, and I asked her about these. She gave me some options where she could find different covers. She asked me which one I liked the best, and these are the ones I chose. So turnaround time of less than a week, so it was really good. So, yeah. And then I found on Stash Unload I got, this one was quite cheap. It's Nora Corbett's Christmas Eve Couriers. To add to my Nora Corbett Mirabilia collection. Really like that one. That uses DMC Krennic. It's got 4 different shades of Chronic and 4 different Mill Hill beads listed. So it's not too bad as far as the bling goes, but I've seen this stitched up and it's beautiful. And then Jardin Privé put this out. Now Jardin Privé is the designer who had the Way to Happiness, and I really liked the way the chart was set up. It was really easy to read. And then she sends a newsletter which I'm subscribed to, and this was in the most recent one. It's called a suivre. Now I don't read French at all, so I probably butchered that. A suivre, I'm not sure. I think it means to follow, which doesn't really make much sense to me. I'm just calling it Easter bunnies, and I think that's so cute. So that's that one. What else did I get? Oh, I bought Zinio, which I know the libraries allow you to use. I am subscribed to a library, but they don't actually offer this particular magazine. They offer Zinio, but not this particular magazine. And I was actually looking at the Cross Stitch Gold collection magazines, and I liked the current issue, and they actually had a sale, 5 issues for $5. So I signed up because I just wanted that one magazine, so that was part of my haul. And I'm obviously getting all the new magazines since then. There's another one that's been released. And then, if you'll recall, Heaven and Earth Designs had their 4th challenge, and I met the requirements of that challenge by finishing a page on Mini Cinderella on the Stairs, and they were going to give out a reward chart which looked like this. And they did give out that reward chart, but unfortunately some people were quite negative about it. Now, to be honest, it's not really my taste in art. It's not something I would stitch, but I can see the beauty in it, and it's a free chart. I'm not going to be angry about it, but anyway, some people were, and Heaven and Earth Designs decided to send 2 charts instead of the one, so I also got this one. And although I like this one a lot better than the first one, I probably wouldn't stitch that either, because I've just got too many other things that I really want to stitch ahead of that. But yeah, they're the 2 reward charts that Heaven and Earth Design sent out. So this is quite a short video, but what I might do is tag on my plans for Jessie Marie's SAL at the end of this. So I'm hoping to be able to film that before my husband gets home, and he's due home any minute. So I will get ready for that one, and I'll be right back. Right, okay, he's not back yet, so I may get through this. Alright, so as I've mentioned before, Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff is having her first 29th birthday on, I think it's the 25th of April. Yes, it's the 25th of April. So Jessie, I just wanted to mention that if you come to Australia, you will have a public holiday on the 25th of April every single year, because that's Anzac Day. So there you go. You may want to consider that. But she's having a SAL which starts on the 15th of April and goes until the 26th of April. It has a different theme every day, so you're invited to either stitch on one whip or stitch on a different whip every day, or start something new, or whatever you wish. But I'm just going to go through my plans for this and the themes for each day. So the 15th of April is my first 29th birthday. Stitch on your first or oldest whip. Now mine is definitely Boy King Tutankhamun. I think this is the very first one that I started and never got it finished. The reason I never got it finished was I think I've skipped a row somewhere. It's a kit by Janelin. But here is where I am at the moment on this. So I've only got a quarter left of it. And I think if I dedicate a couple of weeks to it, I'll probably get it done. I don't know if it's as easy as just stitching that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a pretty big mistake in it, but I haven't picked it up for years and years and years, so I don't know. It has horrible metallic thread to work with, and this was way before I knew anything about Chronic or Petite Treasure braid or anything like that, so I just used what was in the kit. It's on dark fabric, as you can see, so it's not that easy on the eyes, but I think I can make it work. And I really would like to have it finished. I have done the companion piece, which was Nefertiti, and she's just a sparkly, but I have finished that one, and I really would like to get this one off the books as well and have it done. I went through, well, most of my early life, I loved Egyptian history and Egyptian culture. I'm still interested in it, but not to the same extent. But yeah, anything I could find that was Egyptian, I just went crazy for. So that's sort of a remnant from that. So yeah, that's the first one. Next is Jessie Marie Does Stuff. So the 16th of April is Jessie Marie Does Stuff, or Jessie Marie and Danny Seitz, her new husband. So the initials JMDS, stitch on something related to the letters JMD or S. So I've picked Dreaming of Tuscany. That one. And this is another really old whip that I haven't picked up for a long time, and it currently looks like this. So it probably doesn't have that much left to do. It's just a matter of, again, focusing on it and taking the time to do it. But yeah, so I thought I could use that one for the 16th of April. Next is 17th of April, Enabled. Stitch on something you are enabled to start or purchase. Now I originally had the Way to Happiness for this, but as you know, I finished it. So I've decided to do To Have and To Hold by Country Cottage Needleworks, and this was enabled by Mamula Stitches, who has been stitching this, and when I saw it on her channel I really liked it and went and bought it. So that's that one, and I'm hoping to finish this one for my 10th wedding anniversary, which is in September this year. And that's FlossTube now. So I had hoped to finish the next band this month, which is that, but I'm not sure. I doubt that will happen now, but there's always next month. So that's that one. The 18th, stitch on something, or favourite colours, sorry, is the theme. Stitch on something maroon, red, orange or purple. And I've decided to go with Juliet, which will look like this when it's finished. And it currently looks like that. Again, really enjoying this one. And it's being stitched on 25 count 1/1 Lugana. Next, the 19th of April, Bulldog. Stitch on something with an animal. Bonus points if it's a bulldog. Now, I don't have any bulldog charts, but I do have Victorian charm, which I haven't picked up since about May last year. And it's got a little cut there, so I figure this probably qualifies. And here's where this is at the moment. So I'd really like to get some headway on that one. That was one that I was supposed to finish by the end of last year, but that was a goal last year, and of course it didn't get done. So the next one is the 20th of April, Miss Congeniality. Stitch on something pretty, and I'm going to go with Juliet, which I've just shown you. The 21st of April, a Taurus or diamond. Stitch on something you find difficult, related to the Taurus or diamond. And I've gone with Fantasy Triptych by Teresa Wensler, which will look like this when it's finished. And this is where it's currently at. I'm finding this a bit difficult. It is a Teresa Wensler, which has a lot of blended threads, but actually that's not what's bothering me. It's more the confetti. I'm just finding I'm getting quite lost in that, so I don't want to grid it, but I've decided to work in columns the way I do with Hayes or anything that has a lot of confetti, like Tilton Crafts and Hayes. So that's the one I've chosen for that one. And that one's being stitched on 25 count Monaco 2/2, except for the sections that says stitch on 1/1, but I haven't reached that stage yet. Next one, close to 30. The 22nd of April, the theme is close to 30. Stitch on something that's close to finishing. And for that, I've gone with Some Enchanted Evening, which will look like this when it's finished. And this is where it is now, and like I said earlier, I've only got this bit left to do, so I figure that's pretty close. So it's that one. I really would like to finish that one too. 23rd of April, the theme is 29. Stitch on something related to 29. Now, if you I can use Story Keep Some Enchanted Evening, because Story Keep Some Enchanted Evening actually has 29 letters in it, so I've decided to use that for that date as well. 24th of April is Bookish. Stitch on something related to a book or story, or if you want, make up a story about your chosen whip. And I've chosen Story Keep Some Enchanted Evening because it's a story keep. So I figure if I put in 3 solid days of that, I may be able to get good chunk of that last page done. 25th of April is Jessie's birthday, so happy birthday, Jessie. Stitch on a new start or your most recent start or something birthday themed. Now my most recent start is the tulip egg, which again is this one, which looks like that at the moment. If I have this finished by the 25th of April, which I may do, I'm not sure, but if I do, then I'll switch back to travel through Europe. On the 26th, which is the last day, the theme is family. Stitch on something related to family. And I've decided to go with, again, To Have and To Hold by Country Cottage Needleworks, because it's about marriage and family. So that's my plans for Jessie's birthday sale. So again, happy birthday, Jessie. I will not see you again before Easter, so have a very happy Easter, everyone who celebrates. If you don't celebrate, enjoy the rest of your month, and I'm hoping to see you again by the end of this month. Oh, and I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. I got overwhelming support for the 2 videos a month rather than just one. So thank you very much for everyone who commented on my last video and told me to go ahead and said that they were pleased to see that. So I just want to thank everyone so much for all your support. Thank you for your subscriptions, for your thumbs up. It's such a great community, we all know it, so thank you very much. Okay, I better get going and I'll see everyone soon. Bye.